At the beginning, states of matter, we all know that we have three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas, and we can change material from one state to another. What is the difference between solid, liquid, and gas? Solid particles are closely packed, close together, regular arrangement, vibrate around its position, and you'll find that particles have fixed shape and fixed volume. This is for solid. Gas is the opposite direction. So for solid, you said that particles are closely baked, regular arrangement, like that, closely baked, regular arrangement, and they have fixed shape and fixed volume, vibrate around fixed position. In a liquid, particles are still closer, but irregular arrangements. Irregular, and layers slide over each other. Have fixed volume and a changed shape. For the gas, particles are far apart, moves randomly in all directions, have indefinite shape and indefinite volume for the gas. Okay, after that, for kinetic theory, by increasing temperature, particles gain energy. Particles have more collisions and moves faster. This means that by increasing temperature, what will happen? Particles gain kinetic energy, and particles move faster. This means that in heating curve, we have solid, liquid, gas can change to each other. يعني لما اجي ابص كده يا شباب في نولج مهمه قوي نركز فيها مع بعض. Solid it change into liquid, liquid it change into gas. This process by heating. And this process is called endothermic process. What I mean by endothermic? Heat is taken, heat absorbed, heat is taken and or absorbed. Solid to liquid and liquid to gas. Solid to liquid is called melting. Liquid to gas, evaporation. Gas to liquid, condensation. Liquid to solid, freezing. And then we have movement from solid to gas directly without buzzing with liquid, sublimation. Okay. The returning back is cooling from gas to liquid, liquid to solid by cooling. And this process is exothermic process. Exothermic. Heat is given out, heat is released. So again, solid can move to liquid, liquid to gas. Solid to liquid is melting, liquid to gas, evaporation, gas to liquid, condensation, liquid to solid, freezing, solid to gas directly without messing with liquid, sublimation. Okay. The curve. ايه النولج اللي انا اوكي ايه النولج اللي انا عاوز اعرفها بالنسبه للكيرف اللي عندي هنا؟ ان انا لما اجي اعمل هيتنج كيرف واسال عن البوتنشال والكاينيتيك انرجي. This is the heating curve. You'll find it moves from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to F. And then A, B, C, D, E, and F. From A to B is called solid, C to D, liquid, E to F, gas. And from B to C, melting, and D to E is evaporation, okay? If I'm asking about potential and the kinetic energy. What will happen to the potential and the kinetic energy from area A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to F? You must know that. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to F. Potential energy and kinetic energy. What will happen? To answer this question, you must know that. في knowledge مهمة جدا 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 لازم أكون فاهمها علشان أقدر أفرق ما بين البوتنشال والكاينتيك. If I'm asking what's meant by potential, what's meant by kinetic? Who could answer? حد يعرف يعني إيه potential energy ويعني إيه kinetic energy؟ نقدر نعرف إيه الفرق ما بين البوتنشال والكاينتيك؟
Kinetic movement.
Okay, kinetic movement. والبوتنشال في knowledge مهمة جدا. لما أقول potential energy is the energy stored inside the body due to its position. Kinetic energy, it is the energy released by moving of the body. يعني إيه؟ يعني لما أتكلم على potential energy stored inside the body كده there is no change in temperature. After temperature rises, kinetic increases. طب نرجع مع بعض كده بنولج هتقدر تحل بيها السؤال ده بشكل كويس. على فكره انا مش عاوز حد فيكم يبقى فاهم مش حافظ، يعني ما تقعدش تحفظ مثلا A to B can potential increases لا 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 نو لازم تبقى فاهم ايه اللي بيحصل. هقدر اقول نولج مهمه جدا. ايه هي الكاينتيك ثيوري؟ By increasing temperature, what will happen?
الكينيتيك انرجي هيعمل increase.
ايوه اوكي. هنقول هنا particles gain kinetic energy. اوكي particles gain انا قلت kinetic energy. ايه ده؟ يعني انا معنى كده لما ازود temperature الكاينتيك increases طيب عارفين يعني ايه as a model افهمه لكم يعني ايه potential وكاينتيك؟ زي مثلا انت قاعد بتذاكر فواحد اخوك مثلا الصغير قام جاي واخد منك القلم بتاعك بصيت له كده وسكت. بعدين بعد شويه جه خد منك الكشكول بتاعك. اوكي third time قام جاي خد حاجه قمت انت قايم ضربه. اوكي بيحصل معاكم؟ ممكن اتخيل الكلام ده؟ اوكي. في الاول لما خد منك الحاجات بتاعتك وانت اترست بس متضايق ده potential ولا kinetic؟ potential. energy stored inside the body due to its position. طيب اول ما انت قمت قايم ضربه بقى على وشه ده بقى ايه؟ kinetic due to its motion. طيب هنا انت عاوز تقول ايه في البوتنشال والكاينتيك؟ هنا temperature بيحصل لها ايه؟ temperature بيحصل هنا ايه؟ from A to B temperature بيحصل فيها ايه؟
decreasing.
increasing. اوكي. طيب by increasing temperature ايه اللي بيزيد عندي هنا كده؟ kinetic. يبقى اقول هنا ايه؟ increases. طيب B to C there is any change in temperature? B to C
Decreases.
لا مش increase ولا decrease. انا بسأل there is any change in temperature?
Temperature is constant.
It will be the same. C to D there is any change in temperature? Increasing? Increasing. So kinetic increases. D to E temperature
Is the same.
same. A to F increases. Okay. يبقى kinetic energy number one, it depends on temperature. By increasing temperature, kinetic energy increases. So from A to B, kinetic increases. C to D, E to F increases. But in case of B to C and D to E, there is no change in temperature. So there is no change in kinetic. Okay, other side, potential energy is the energy stored inside the body. there is no change in temperature. A to B, temperature increases, potential same. B to C, there's any change in temperature?
لا.
So potential increases. C to D, temperature increases, potential same. D to E,
Increases.
increases. E to F, same. So we'll make conclusion for that. Only you must know these points. Kinetic energy increases by increasing. أسمع. By increasing temperature. If temperature rises, this means that kinetic energy increases. ليه؟ انتوا عارفين المينينج ليه؟ السوليد البارتكلز ايه؟ Close together, regular arrangement, vibrate around its position. By increasing temperature, melting takes place. المفروض يحصل ايه؟ Change into a liquid, moves faster. And then from liquid to gas, particles are far apart, moves randomly in all directions. يبقى معنى كده ايه؟ By increasing temperature, kinetic energy ايه؟ Increases. Okay? يبقى A to B, C to D, E to F, kinetic ايه؟ Kinetic ايه؟ So again, kinetic energy. By increasing temperature, kinetic energy
increase.
Okay. And potential doesn't change. طب البوتنشال امتى increases? When there is no change in temperature. طب حد فيكم يقدر يعرف لي ايه reason why the temperature didn't rise from B to C or D to E? Why temperature change? Why temperature doesn't change? Because the amount of energy is required to break down the bonds to change from solid to liquid or liquid to gas. Again, I didn't understand. Again, تخيلوا معايا اللي انا هقوله كويس. لو انا عندي هنا solid at -20 بقى -10 بقى negative بقى 10 بقى 0. Okay? 0 0 10 20 30. What's your observation? ايه اللي انت شفته هنا بالنسبه لك غريب شويه؟ ايه اللي انت شايفه دلوقتي؟ في عندي ايه؟
increase in temperature.
جيت على هنا increasing temperature وشفت ايه كمان بعد كده؟ 0 0 0. يعني انا حاطط مثلا الايس في بيكر على بنزين بيرنر، المفروض ان التمبريتشر رايزز انا عندي الثرمومتر 0 0 0. ايه الريزن ان فضل 0 شويه وبعد كده كمل؟ temperature change into a broken down the bonds. طيب يبقى هنا temperature doesn't change because the amount of energy is required to break down the bonds to change from solid to liquid. Okay. طب why temperature didn't rise from D to E? هيبقى ليه؟ عشان هنا temperature required to break down the bonds and change the state from liquid to gas. تاني كده نقول مع بعض سريعا كده. ليان, why the temperature doesn't change from B to C? B to C, temperature doesn't change. Explain why. Who can answer? Temperature changed from A to break down the bonds to change state from solid to liquid. Top D to E, explain why. The amount of energy is required.
Liquid to gas.
So it turns liquid to gas.
Liquid to gas. I told two reasons: to break down the bonds and it change state from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Okay, very our knowledge. But how can we know the purity of material from heating or cooling curve? How can we know this pure? The pure materials contains fixed or sharp melting and boiling point. For example, water have 0 and 100. If the water is impure, يعني أنا هنا لما أقول pure water melting point is equal 0 and boiling point is equal 100. If we have impure water, melting point and boiling point, what will happen? The impurity decrease melting and increase boiling. يعني مثلا ممكن الاقيها -2 and 102. How can you know this pure or impure from melting and boiling point? By measuring melting and boiling point. If we have fixed or sharp melting and boiling point, so the material is pure. If we have fixed or sharp melting and boiling, so pure. If we have any difference, so it is impure. Okay. This is number one. After that, for separation methods. Separation methods, you must know laboratory apparatus as the beginning. Laboratory apparatus. These are heating curve, solid, liquid, gas, melting, and evaporation. After that, heating and cooling curve. For laboratory apparatus, to make separation methods, Bunsen burner, balance, beaker, burette, crucible, and lead. Crucible and lead, if you need to heat or burn, what's the difference between heating and burning? For example, if you have magnesium strap, and then you put magnesium in crucible, magnesium, and Bunsen burner. If we have a lead on the crucible, this means that heating. If we remove the lead exposed to air, this means that burning. يبقى الكراسبل والليد ده عشان ايه؟ لما نيجي نعمل experiment، لو انت عملت هنا covering، يعني مثلا هنا what would you observe when you have magnesium strap putting on magnesium on crucible and without lead on a Bunsen burner؟ هلاحظ ان علي ايه observation؟ fizzing or gas and white ash. Burning takes place. If we covering with a lead, there is no change, heating. Okay, and then we have evaporating dash, and also we have beaker, funnel, evaporating dash, goggles, flask, pipette, glass rod to steering, stand and clamp, measuring cylinder, spatula, round bottom flask. So these all are laboratory apparatus. For separation methods, as the beginning, sublimation. We can make sublimation if we have one material can make sublimation and the other cannot. Materials can make sublimation: ammonium chloride, iodine, and dry ice is carbon dioxide. Okay, if we have, for example, these mixtures NaCl and NH4Cl, NH4Cl and I2, NaCl and NO3. Which mixture can make separation by sublimation? Which one? اقدر اعمل هنا sublimation لاي mixture من دول. Which one can make sublimation for separation? عشان اعمل sublimation لازم يكون عندي mixture of two components. One of them can make sublimation and the other cannot. يعني ما ينفعش الاثنين يعملوا sublimation وما ينفعش الاثنين ما يعملوش sublimation. طيب, first one, sodium chloride can't make sublimation and the other one can make sublimation. Okay, this is correct. Ammonium chloride can make sublimation. Iodine can make sublimation. We can't. Sodium chloride cannot make sublimation and sodium nitrate cannot make sublimation. So it cannot. So the first one is sublimation when we have mixture of one component can make sublimation like ammonium chloride, iodine, and dry ice. And we said that sublimation is a change the material from solid to gas directly without passing with liquid. So from solid to gas without passing with liquid is sublimation. Okay. After that, filtration. Filtration, it depends on soluble and insoluble materials. The soluble one is called filtrate and the insoluble is called residue. So for example, if you have a sand and water, or sand and salt. And we need to obtain sand and salt are separate. How can we make? As a beginning, to take the mixture and then adding water and stirring. ليه انت عملت كده؟ ليه انت عملت adding water and stirring؟ مش انت بتقول soluble and insoluble materials? Okay, so it will dissolve. The other one doesn't dissolve. يبقى at the beginning, you make, how can we make filtration? Adding water, stirring to dissolve, then filter. After filtration, the insoluble particles will be as a residue. And the soluble one is called filtrate. After we will make residue and filtrate, to obtain the residue, wash with distilled water, then dry. يبقى أنا هاخد بس كده residue, أعمل له washing and then dry. If we need to obtain crystals of filtrate, we'll make crystallization. What is meant by crystallization? Heat, cool, filter, dry. Here's the solution till crystallization point. Allow to cool, then filter, and then dry. So what we will make for the filtrate, crystallization takes place. Heat, cool, filter, dry. Here's the solution till crystallization point. How can we know that crystallization point had been reached? Crystallization point. بصوا يا شباب، انا لما اجي اعمل الكريستاليزيشن انا بعمل كده mixing with glass rod, dipping glass rod in the mixture until crystals appears. يعني انت how can we know that crystallization point had been reached? Or mixing with glass rod, crystals formed. يبدا يكون عليها crystals. Okay. Heat, cool, allow to cool, exposed to air, and then filter, and then drying between two filter papers or in a warm place. دي يبقى كده انا عملت الفلتريشن. يبقى filtration, how can we make filtration if we have soluble and insoluble materials? يبقى first one, sublimation, change from solid to gas directly. If we have one component can make sublimation and the other cannot, like ammonium chloride, iodine, and dry ice or carbon dioxide. The second one, filtration, if we have soluble and insoluble materials, adding water, stirring is then filter. If we need the residue, wash, then dry. If we need the filtrate, we'll make crystallization, heat, cool, filter, dry. Here's the solution till crystallization point, allow to cool, then filter, and then dry. How can we know that crystallization point had been reached? Mixing with glass rod, crystals formed. And drying, we are making drying in a warm place or between two filter papers. Why we didn't make drying on a Bunsen burner to prevent melting of the crystals? Okay. دي كده كان عندنا اللي هو يعتبر filtration. Then chromatography. Chromatography can be used when we have different colors or different samples. For example, if you have green leaves or grass or amino acids or foodstuffs or drinks, and you want to know how many materials inside by making chromatograph paper. In chromatograph paper, we have the paper, and then we are drawing a baseline with pencil. After that, after we adding a sample, drops of sample on the baseline, then immerse in a solvent, you will find that spots is formed. The number of spots equal number of colors. This means that if one spot is formed, this means that we have pure materials. If we have more than one spot, this means that we have impure materials. So this chromatography can be used to differentiate if we have different colors or different materials. After that, distillation. Distillation, it depends on different boiling points. For example, if we have alcohol and water, the boiling point of alcohol is 78 degrees Celsius and the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. This means that alcohol is more volatile. What is meant by volatile? What is meant by volatile?
Closer to boil at room temperature.
Okay, this is right. So the more volatile, the less boiling point. So if I have a mixture of alcohol and water, and then we said alcohol is more volatile, this means that will evaporate faster. So has lower boiling point. It will evaporate faster, more volatile. And then distillation depends on different boiling point and the steps of distillation. Evaporation, then condensation. Evaporation is that we have a Bunsen burner, okay? And then we have a condenser to cool and condense the vapor. Condenser to cool and condense the vapor. ليه برضه انت استخدمت condenser? If we have evaporation, then we have a thermometer. Thermometer to measure the temperature of what? Temperature of thermometer will measure the temperature of
water.
لا. water A water vapor. ليه؟ حد يعرف؟ هنا we have a liquid will change into a gas. الثرمومتر هنا اهو. يبقى هنا thermometer to measure the temperature of a vapor or a gas. لازم. لو قلت للووتر غلط، الووتر لو انا حاطط الثرمومتر هنا. يبقى to measure the temperature of vapor. طيب why we are using a condenser to cool and condense the vapor؟ انت عاوز تعمل collection للووتر. لو انا عملت evaporation بس هيتجمع as a gas. water vapor. طب انا بمرره بعد كده على condenser to cool and condense the vapor عشان يتجمع as a droplets. يبقى انا هنا دي فايده الكوندنسر. طب what is the difference between simple distillation and the fractional distillation؟ انت عندك simple distillation في fractional اهو الفراكشن distillation have fractionating column. يعني في الدروينج ايه الفرق بين السمبل fraction؟ الفراكشن distillation have fractionating column اهو. طيب ايه الديفرنس بين الاثنين؟ الاثنين depends on different boiling point والاثنين يعتبر عندهم evaporation then condensation. طب what is the difference between similar fraction distillation؟ ممكن نعمل سمرايز للكلام ده كده مع بعض سريعا عشان نروح بعد كده للكالكوليشنز. ايه اللي انا عاوز اعمله هنا سمرايز؟ اول knowledge لما اقولها هنا مثلا separation methods. فايه السيبريشن methods اللي عندي؟ في عندنا مين؟ sublimation filtration chromatography and distillation and the last one is adsorption. Okay, for sublimation it depends on A. Sublimation, one material must make sublimation. يعني exchange from solid to gas directly without buzzing with liquid. وده زي مين؟ dry ice, carbon dioxide, ammonium chloride, and iodine sublimation. Okay. Filtration, it depends on soluble and insoluble materials. The soluble one is called Sama, the soluble one is called filtrate, and the insoluble one is called residue. To obtain filtrate by crystallization, heat, cool, filter, dry. To obtain residue, heat, cool, filter, dry. The insoluble one is called residue. Wash with distilled water, then dry. So filtration, it depends on soluble and insoluble particles. The soluble one is called filtrate, the insoluble is called residue. Filtrate by crystallization, heat, cool, filter, dry. The residue by wash, then dry. After that, chromatography. In chromatography, it depends on different colors or different sabis. Different colors or different solubility. And you can know if the material pure or impure by chromatograph paper also. After that, distillation. Distillation depends on different boiling point. The lower boiling point evaporates faster. Lower boiling point evaporates faster. Lower boiling point, it means the more volatile. More volatile will evaporate faster. Okay. Distillation, we have simple distillation and fractional distillation. What's the difference between simple and fractional distillation? In distillation, we have simple and fractional distillation. What's the difference between simple and fractional? Simple distillation, if you want to separate soluble solid in a liquid, like seawater. Or two immiscible liquids. What's meant by immiscible? Like insoluble. So what is the difference between soluble and insoluble, miscible and immiscible? Soluble and insoluble in case of solids, miscible and immiscible in case of liquids. So we can say sodium chloride dissolved in a water, but in case of oxygen and nitrogen as a liquids, they are miscible liquids. Or HCl and NOH aqueous solutions, they are miscible. So miscible and immiscible, like soluble and insoluble, but this in liquid. Two immiscible liquids like ink and water. In case of ink and water, you will find that they are two immiscible liquids. You will find when you are putting a drops of ink inside the water, you will find that the color of water be colored by the color of ink. انتوا عارفين يا اولاد النولج مهمه ازاي؟ Say مثلا انا بعمل dropping the ink in water, you will find that the color of water be colored by the color of ink. This means that it makes diffusion. دي ما دبش. Immiscible ما دبش. كده اقدر افصله بسيمبل distillation. لكن in case of alcohol and water or vinegar and water, like ethanoic acid or alcohol and water, you will find that the taste or smell it only a change, but the color is still the same. So they are miscible liquids. In case of immiscible liquids, they didn't mix together, we can make by simple distillation. In fractional distillation, two or more miscible liquids. Like petrol or crude oil. Like air, liquid air. Air is a gas, okay. By compression, the gas is changed into liquid. And also, in case of alcohol and water. In case of ink and water, ده احنا قلنا نقدر نفصله مثلا عندنا بسمبل ديستليشن. طب في مثل تانية قال لي في عندنا هنا separating funnel. separating funnel ده بنستخدمه امتى؟ لو كنا عاوزين برضو نفصل two immiscible liquids. يعني two immiscible liquids تقدر تفصلها فين؟ بس بشرط هنا بقى في separating funnel ان لازم الشرط بتاعهم يكونوا عندهم different density. يعني هنا they forming layers like oil and water. فنلاقي مثلا الاويل بيعمل floating at the surface of the water، في الوقت ده اقدر افصلها ب separating function. دي كلها حاجات بالنسبه لي اللي هي البراكتيكال. طيب تعالوا بقى ندخل على الثيوريتيكال. جزء الثيوريتيكال بقى عندي فيه حاجه مهمه قوي، النمبر اوف moles في calculations. Number of moles is equal to mass over molar mass in case of solids, which is equal to concentration multiplied volume decimeter cubed in case of liquid. How can we know this is a mass or concentration or volume? Unit for mass, gram or kilogram or ton. If we have kilogram, so multiply 10 power 3 to be gram. If we have a ton, multiply 10 power 6 to be gram. For volume, centimeter cubed or milliliter or decimeter cubed or liter. Concentration, molar or mole per decimeter cubed. But in case of centimeter cubed equal milliliter over 1000 to be decimeter cubed or liter. بصوا شباب، في موضوع ان احنا نحل ازاي مع بعض في النمبر اوف مولز ده سهل جدا، بس في نولج مهمه جدا لازم تعرفها. ايه النولج اللي انا بقولها دي؟ ان في النمبر اوف مولز equal mass over molar mass equal concentration multiply volume. ايه النولج اللي هيطلبها مني؟ هيطلب عندي، هيجيب لي ماس وعاوز concentration، ماس وعاوز volume، volume وعاوز ماس، concentration وعاوز ماس. ايه الكومن ما بينهم كلهم اللي بربطهم ببعض؟ number of moles. فببدا ان انا اول حاجه سي مثلا انا عندي ماس وعاوز concentration او عندي ماس وعاوز volume. اول نولج هعملها ايه؟ mass over molar mass to get number of moles. Then number of moles over concentration to get volume. أو number of moles over volume to get concentration. يبقى أنا هنا النولج المهمة بالنسبة لي إيه؟ إن أبقى عارف اليونتس ده عبارة عن إيه وأبدأ أتعامل مع دول. خلاص يبقى أنت كده number of moles أهو ال M equal M small over molar mass. دي أول knowledge. وفي نفس الوقت عندي number of moles equal C multiply V. Concentration multiply volume. So in case of C is equal to N over V. In case of V equal N over C. So we must have to calculate number of moles equal mass over molar mass, and number of moles equal concentration multiplied volume. If we need concentration, number of moles over volume. If we need volume, number of moles over concentration. If we need to calculate the mass, is equal to number of moles multiplied by molar mass. Okay. طيب تعالوا نشوف كده مع بعض البروبلمز الموجوده اللي عندنا في الشيت. هنا الشيت في الاول عندنا دي اول حاجه عندنا كان موجود الهيتنج كيرف زي ما اتفقنا، وبيسال على البوتنشال والكاينيتيك from A to B, B to C, C to D. نقدر هنا نقول ايه؟ A to B, B to C, C to D. يلا قولوا معايا كده يا شباب سريعا. ايه النولج اللي احنا هنشوفها؟
temperature increase.
اوكي، يبقى هنتكلم الاول على A to B. خلينا نوصف A to B. ايه اللي هيحصل عندي؟ potential هتبقى ايه؟
Same.
same. kinetic
Increasing.
Increases.
Increases. Okay. B to C. Potential.
Increasing.
Kinetic.
Same.
C to D.
Same.
Same.
Same. Kinetic.
Increasing.
Excellent. Bravo. Bravo. Excellent. Okay. After that, how can you obtain pure water from seawater? By freezing. Okay. How can you verify? Okay. طبعا the liquid water is pure water. طبعا how can you obtain pure water from seawater? اقدر اعمل ايه؟ distillation, evaporation, then condensation. طيب هو بيتكلم على حاجة تانية بيقول ايه؟ How can we obtain pure water from seawater by freezing? اقدر اقول بقى ايه؟ السي ووتر هيعملها ايه؟ cooling صح كده؟ cooling down. يبقى by cooling down عشان تعمل freezing. طيب how can we know this pure or impure water؟
Boiling point.
ايوه اوكي. طيب يبقى انت هتعملي هنا measuring by measuring. ايه اللي هيحصل by measuring ايه؟
The boiling point.
طيب boiling point و melting point it must be كام؟ 0 and 100 so it means that this is pure. يبقى انا لما اعمل هنا cooling down then by measuring melting and boiling point it must be 0 and 100. طيب list for properties of solutions. لسه ما كملناش على solutions. طيب تعالوا نشوف بس مع بعض البروبلمز دي اللي هنعملها دلوقتي عشان نحل مع بعض الحاجات اللي هي البروبلمز. شوف طبعا هنا how can you obtain dry sand and dry salt from a mixture of sand and salt؟ اهو. dry sand and dry salt from a mixture of sand and salt. اقدر اقول هنا ايه؟ اول حاجه بعمل ايه؟ adding water then stirring. Okay? Adding water and stirring to dissolve the salt. Then by making filtration. اللي هيحصل عندي to obtain the sand. هنا هنعمل ايه بقى؟ هناخد مين؟ residue, wash and then dry. تاني كده شوفوا انا عندي هنا mixture of مين؟ sand and salt. اوكي. اول عملت ايه؟ قولوا كده معايا. add ايه؟
Water.
and then
Water. Filter.
okay, add water and stirring. Number 2 نعمل ايه؟ filtration. Then to obtain sand we'll take the residue. هنعمل ايه للresidue؟ wash. Then طيب to obtain the salt solution we'll make
Crystallization.
heat, cool, filter, dry. Heat the solution till crystallization point, allow to cool the filter and then dry. Okay. What's meant by sublimation? It changed state from LA
Solid to gas.
directly without passing as liquid. Okay. طيب هنا which mixture is easy to separate by sublimation؟ لازم يكون واحد فيهم يعمل sublimation والتاني لا. طب نقول مع بعض كده. Number 1 sand and salt. ها ينفع sand and salt؟
No.
Okay. Salt and sugar.
No.
Salt plus ammonium chloride.
Yes.
Okay. Nitrogen and oxygen liquid.
No.
Ammonium chloride dissolved in water.
Yes.
لا 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 علشان ايه؟ اقول لك على حاجه. ثانيه واحده. انت قلتي هنعمل ايه؟ معلش خلينا نركز مع بعض. انت قلتي هنعمل ايه؟ sublimation صح؟ change it from ايه؟ from ايه؟ solid
to gas.
directly. طب انت شايف هنا بيعمل ايه؟ ايه؟ عارفه معنى ان بقى dissolved in water يعني انت كده بتحولي من ايه؟ liquid to gas. يعني انت عارفه انا هنا مش هاخده ليه؟ عشان كلمه واحده بس قالها. قال dissolve in water. لا. اوكي. after that يبقى ده no. طيب هنا sodium chloride and iodine.
No.
ما احنا عندنا الايودين اهو. ما احنا عندنا مين الحاجات اللي بتعمل سبليميشن؟ امونيوم كلورايد وايودين ودراي ايس اللي هو كربون دايوكسيد. يبقى هنا yes or no؟
Yes.
Yes. Dry ice, table salt.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So again يبقى هنا salt to sand no. Salt and sugar no. Salt plus ammonium chloride yes. Nitrogen and oxygen liquid no. Ammonium chloride dissolved in water. ليان. أنا هنا ما اخترتش نمبر إي ليه؟
Because it dissolves in water.
Because dissolved in water. لكن لو ما كانش قال dissolved in water available ناخد ammonium chloride. بس dissolved in water طبعا لا. Sodium chloride and iodine okay. Dry ice and table salt is okay. Okay, after that. Name all apparatus needed to perform distillation. شو نعمل distillation؟ محتاجين إيه؟ طيب أوريكم الشكل تقدروا نعرف من خلاله بسرعة؟ هو بيتكلم على مين؟ distillation. يبقى أنا محتاج إيه؟ round bottom flask, condenser, thermometer, Bunsen burner, stand and clamp. اوكي؟ يبقى دي الحاجات اللي انا محتاجها. يبقى انا محتاج هنا round bottom flask, thermometer, condenser, stand and clamp, Bunsen burner. دي الحاجات اللي انا محتاجها. اوكي. When do we use a fractional distillation and what is the fractionating column? الأول احنا قلنا ثواني. في بعدها number B name the liquid collected at the end of distillation. الليكويد اللي بنجمعه اسمه ايه؟
Filtrate.
لا الفلتريت لما تكوني بتعملي ايه؟ فلتريشن هنسمي ده فلتريت. اوكي. طب هنا ديستيليشن يبقى هنقول ايه؟ ديستلت. يبقى هنا لما اتكلمنا على فلتريشن فلتريت اللي هو الموجود تحت. طب ديستيليشن الديستلت ده الموجود اللي هيبقى عندي هنا at the end. ما اقولش فلتريشن لان فلتريشن لازم يكون كان فيه ريزيديو. لازم يكون كان فيه ريزيديو فلتريت. لكن distillation evaporation then condensation يبقى distillate. Okay, when do we use fraction distillation and what is fractionating column? لما يكون عندي ايه؟ Miscible liquids او يكون الماتيريالز الموجوده close together in boiling point. يبقى لما يكون عندي هنا miscible liquids are close together in the boiling point. يبقى دي كده هستخدم fraction distillation. طيب هو بيسأل كمان على مين؟ على fractionating column. ايه الفراكشنيتنج column؟ ده بقول عليه ايه؟ يعني ايه fractionating column؟ ده long tube اهو. دي اللي موجوده عندي دي long tube. دي بيبقى فيها جواها ايه؟ بتعمل cooling down the air اهو. يبقى دي هنا long tube contains beads that allow air to cool down. يبقى دي هنا بيبقى جواها beads كده اهو glass beads. دي allow air to cool down. دي اللي هي بالنسبه للفراكشنيتنج column. طيب تعالوا بقى نحل problems مع بعض. طبعا when we use separating funnel امتى استخدم separating funnel؟ لو كان عندي immiscible liquids forming layers. immiscible liquids they are forming layers زي oil و water. طيب نبدا بقى نحل البروبلمز مع بعض. اول حاجه بيقول هنا ايه؟ Hooker rate
أنا
Okay, you correct.
pour 100 cm squared of 4 m salt solution into
ثواني
a
بقى
clean.
يا بلال، انا هكتب معاك هنا، هنعمل مع بعض هنا اندرلايننج ونحط اليونتس. سنتيمتر كيوب، يبقى انت كده جايب ايه؟ فوليوم. اوكي؟ ها ام كابيتال يعني مولر، يعني معايا هنا ايه؟ concentration. اوكي ها
salt solution into a clean volumetric 500 volume flask. Add enough water to fill the flask up to the attached mark. What is the concentration of the salt solution in the new flask?
اوكي. في نولج عايزكم تعرفوها لما اجي اعمل as a comparison. concentration multiply volume equal concentration multiply volume. في الاول هنا كان عندك كام؟
100.
طيب ده هنا دول كانوا بتاع الفوليوم وكام؟
4.
ماشي، يبقى ال 100 وال 4 دول الكونسنتريشن فوليوم. هنا جيبز كام؟ 500 multiplied by الكونسنتريشن. هو بيقول لك هنا بقى يسأل على ايه؟ اهو وات از ذا concentration. اعملوا كلكم على الكالكوليتر كده يا شباب. يبقى 100 multiplied by 4 over 500 equal كام؟
$0.8.
0.8. ايه بقى اليونت؟ ايه اليونت؟ مولر. اوكي سو اجين خليني اقول بسرعه انا بعمل ايه. ركز مع بعض سريعا كده وركزوا في اللي انا اقوله. concentration multiplied by volume equal concentration multiplied by volume. امتى استخدم اللو ده؟ لو كان عندي هنا initial و final، يعني كان جايب volume concentration and then new volume and we need new concentration. In this case concentration multiplied by volume equal concentration multiplied by volume. 100 multiplied by 4. طب احنا مش بنعمل conversion للفوليوم ده لما اكون بحسب number of moles، لكن في اللو ده مش مضطر ان انا اعمل conversion. طيب هنا هيبقى equal 500 multiplied by concentration. So concentration is equal multiplied by 4 over 500. Okay? Equal 0.8 molar. Okay. Number B. Who can read? Bara, you can read?
أستاذ
Okay, اتفضل يا شادي.
هو أنت لازم نعمل سنتيمتر كيوب decimeter cubed
Okay.
conversion.
Okay. In case of to calculate number of moles equal concentration multiply volume decimeter cubed. In case of number of moles. Okay?
Okay.
يعني أنا هبدأ.
What should the units be?
Number B.
No, the units. If you want to get the number of moles, what should we convert the units to?
The yield.
The units.
The units for which one? For units? For moles?
Yeah, and volume.
Okay. For number of moles, it will be by moles. For the mass, grams. For concentration, molar. For volume, decimeter cubed or centimeter cubed. It depends on what do you have.
Okay.
يعني هنا كان في number 1A قلت ايه؟ molar. Okay. Number B. Okay. Ali, you can read. Number B.
Me.
Okay, Ahmed, you can read.
What mass of ammonium
Number B.
given 2.0 decimeter cubed of 1.5 m solution, how many moles of solute are in the solution?
Okay. Number of moles is equal to concentration multiply volume. we have concentration equal 1.5. Volume must be decimeter cubed equal to, so it must be equal 3 moles. Okay. After that, number 13. Bara, you can read.
Yes, sir.
You can read.
What mass of ammonium chloride are present in 0.2 decimeter cubed of a 0.5 solution?
Okay, do you have decimeter cube? So you have
Volume.
and we have molar, so we have
Concentration.
concentration. Okay. So what mass? To obtain mass, you must obtain at the beginning number of moles equal concentration multiplied volume equal
0.1.
0.5 multiplied by 0.2 is equal to
0.1.
0.1 moles. After that, number of moles is equal mass, mass. And then from where we can obtain molar mass, طبعا احنا بيكون معانا البريك تيبل as a data booklet او بيديني الماس نمبر. يعني ال N 14 وال H 1 multiplied by 4 وال CL 35.5 equal كام؟ احسبوها كده. How much?
53.5.
53.5. Okay. Mass over molar mass equal number of moles. So the mass is equal to number of moles multiplied by molar mass is equal to 0.1 multiply 53.5. So it's equal to
5.35
5.35 a unit
gram.
gram. This is right. يبقى هنا أول knowledge أنا عملت إيه؟ إيه النولج اللي كانت معايا؟ concentration و volume وبيسألني على mass. بس أنا أقدر أجيب في الأول number of moles. Number of moles equal concentration multiplied volume. Okay, this is the number of moles. After that, number of moles equal mass over molar mass. Number of moles multiply molar mass to get the mass. Number of moles is equal to 0.1 multiplied by molar mass 53.5. So to be now the mass. Number B, complete. Okay, Ahmed, complete reading.
Number 15.
Number احنا قلنا
14. Oh, C.
13A. احنا دلوقتي هنقول number B.
Right. What volume of a 0.250 mK2CrO4 solution contains 38.8 grams of K2CrO4?
اوكي. طيب تعالوا نقول كده مع بعض يا شباب. مين يلا يجاوب معايا بسرعه؟ هو بيقول هنا ايه؟ what volume عاوز يحسب الفوليوم of 0.25 molar. يعني انا عندي ايه يا شباب؟ concentration and then solution contains gram, so we have mass. اول ما اشوف الماس يبقى number of moles equal mass over molar mass to get number of moles. في نولج مهمه جدا عايزكم كلكم تركزوا معايا فيها. لو عرفتوا دي هتعرفوا تعملوا كل البروبلمز. اول حاجه بدور عليها مين؟ number of moles. يبقى mass to get concentration, mass to get volume, volume to get mass, concentration to get the mass. الكومن ما بينهم مين؟ number of moles. Number of moles in case of solid, mass over molar mass. In case of a liquid, concentration multiplied volume decimeter cubed. If we have centimeter cubed or milliliter, over 1000 to be decimeter cubed. Okay. طيب انا عندي هنا ايه؟ number of moles, mass over molar mass. الماس equal كام يا شباب؟ 38.8. بوتاسيوم دايكروميت. المفروض ان هو يديني هنا اصلا النولج اللي احنا هنكتب منها الماس نمبر. الكروميوم دايكروميت، بوتاسيوم دايكروميت اصلا كله على بعضه بيكون ب 194 اساسا. ده بنحسبه المفروض بيديني هنا 39 والاو 16 ونبدا نحسب كله. طيب 194 يبقى ايكوال كام؟ نمبر اوف مولز
0.2.
0.2 this is the number of moles. طيب after that حسبنا number of moles احنا عاوز هنا ايه؟ volume. اقول يبقى number of moles equal concentration multiply volume. So volume is equal to number of moles over concentration. Number of moles which is equal to 0.2. Concentration equal 0.25. So it will be equal volume equal
0.8
0.8 a decimeter
more.
decimeter cubed. اوكي طيب تعالوا نشوف بعد كده number C. مروان you can read number C.
Meter cubed of one molar
Okay,
solution
wait for a moment.
against
decimeter cubed يعني عندي ايه؟
volume
volume. ومولر يعني عندي ايه؟
C, which is molar
Okay, solution contains
73 grams.
so we have
The mass.
we need the molar mass. طيب لقيت في الاول عندي هنا concentration وvolume. يبقى اول knowledge هنا هعملها هقول number of moles equal concentration multiply volume to get number of moles as a beginning. يبقى خلي بالكم take care number of moles اول حاجه تدور عليها. طيب يعني بصوا يا شباب in case of ركزوا في اللي انا اقوله ده كويس. mass يبقى mass over molar mass get moles. In case of concentration and volume concentration multiply volume to get number of moles. طب انا هنا الجبل اللي معايا فيه ايه؟ لقيت هنا عندي موجود volume concentration. Number of moles equal concentration multiply volume. Concentration as 1, volume is 2. So it will be equal 2 moles. After that, what is the molar mass? Number of moles is equal mass over molar mass. So molar mass is equal to mass over number of moles, cross multiplication. Mass over number of moles. Mass is equal 73. Number of moles is equal. So the mass is equal, the molar mass is equal
36.5.
36.5.
Okay. وطبعا مسموح ان انا اعمل rounding للنمبر يبقى هنا 37. Okay, gram. Number 14 first. Okay. Number Zain, you can read.
Explain how you would prepare a 1.0 liter of 1.00 NaCl solution.
Okay. 1 liter, 1 molar. Okay, liter, it means that decimeter cubed. But this practically, you can read number 15. Zain, you can read number 15.
If 1.0 moles of a solute is dissolved in enough water to make 2.0 decimeter cubed of solution, what is C, the molar concentration of this solution?
Okay. طيب هنا كان جايب ايه؟ 1 mole of solid dissolved in enough water to make 2 decimeter cube solution. What's the C molar concentration of solution? الجبن اللي معايا عندي هنا مين؟ ده ايه يا شباب؟ Number of moles. وهنا ايه؟
Volume.
Volume. طيب احنا قلنا number of moles equal concentration multiply volume. To obtain concentration equal number of moles
Volume over
number of moles over volume. Okay, so it will be equal to
0.50.
okay, number of moles is 1 and over 2 equals 0.5. Concentration molar. Number B, complete.
How many moles of salt should be dissolved in 0.50 decimeter cubed of water to make a 0.25 amp solution of that salt?
Okay, Yahya, 0.5 decimeter cubed ده معناه ان عندي ايه؟ decimeter cubed يبقى كده عندي ايه؟ volume. ها 0.25 molar يبقى كده عندي ايه؟ concentration. اوكي. طب بيقول هنا ايه؟ how many ايه؟
moles.
اوكي. انا قلت number of moles equal ايه؟ concentration multiply volume. طيب يبقى concentration بكام؟ 0.25.
Concentration is 0.25 and volume is 0.5.
is equal to calculate
0.125.
0.125 يعني نقدر نعمل rounding ان تكون 0.13 they moles. اوكي طيب number C جايب عندي هنا ايه؟ شكيب you can read.
What is the volume of a
What is the A? Volume يعني ده unknown. Okay of ها
0.10 m solution that
يعني ده
contains
ايه عندي؟
C
اللي هو concentration ها
that contains 0.2 mole, which is n of a salt.
Okay, you have number of moles n.
Number of moles is C, and the equation is n equals C times V.
Okay, C times V. And we need to obtain
V.
V is equal to
V equal to C over n.
is equal
C over n. Well, n over C.
equal it's equal
N over C.
okay, n over C. N is equal to
0.2.
M is equal to
0.1.
so it will be equal to 2 molar. Okay, thanks to you.
أستاذ مش إحنا ممكن نستخدم C equal N over V.
C equal N over V. Okay, this is right. فده اللي احنا عملناه. C equal
عملنا V. طب خلاص نعمل.
wait for a moment. بقول يا شباب لما اقول عندي على absorption عكس adsorption. absorption to hold liquid inside يعني مثلا لو عندي water على التيبل بتاعي وحطيت تيشو فعمل hold liquid inside كده بسميها absorption. طيب adsorption هو يعمل ايه؟ هنا يعمل ايه؟ flowing at the surface يفضل موجود at its surface. يبقى ده في الوقت ده عمل diffusion at the surface دي اسمها adsorption. طيب اوكي كسمرايز اللي احنا قلناه بالنسبه للكالكوليشنز المفروض ان انا بقول number of moles هي common اللي بربط ما بين السوليد والليكويد. السوليد mass over molar mass, liquid concentration multiply volume decimeter cubed. طيب number of moles لو انا عندي mass how to obtain concentration عندي mass how to obtain volume at the beginning mass over molar mass. طب انا لما اخدت mass over molar mass انا كده جبت ايه؟ in number of moles. طيب لو انا محتاج بعد كده concentration يبقى number of moles over concentration to get the volume. طب لو انا عندي هنا number of moles ومحتاج volume يبقى number of moles over concentration to get volume or number of moles over volume to get concentration. يعني معنى كده ان الكونسبت number of moles mass over molar mass number of moles equal concentration multiplied volume to obtain concentration number of moles over volume to obtain volume number of moles over concentration to obtain mass number of moles multiply molar mass. طيب in case of centimeter cubed or milliliter over 1000 to have decimeter cubed. Okay, textbook page 27. عندي هنا بيقول ايه؟ Marwan, you can read?
I actually don't have my textbook.
Okay, who can read? Page 27, number 1, exam number 1. هنا كان بيقول ايه يا شباب؟ ها 40 grams of NaOH. This is number 1 in page 27 in your textbook. Number 1, 40 grams of NaOH are dissolved in a little water. Enough water is then added to give a total of 1 decimeter cubed solution. What is the molarity? Molarity, it means concentration. So number of moles is equal to concentration multiplied volume decimeter cubed. So concentration is equal to number of moles over volume. So number of moles is equal mass over molar mass. Mass is equal 40. Molar mass, NaOH, Na23, plus O equals 16, plus H equal 1 equal also 40. So 40 over 40 is equal to 1 mole. After that, concentration is equal. Number of moles is 1 over volume is also 1. So it will be 1 molar.
1.
يبقى هو طالب مني ايه؟ ايه اللي عاوز يجيبه هنا؟ عاوز يجيب concentration. طيب ايه knowledge اللي عندي؟ ماس. اول ما تشوف ماس تقوم عاملها اوفر مولر ماس على طول. تقوم جايب منهم ايه؟ مولز. بدي نمبر 1. طيب تعالوا نشوف نمبر 2. Number 2, 0.5 mole of a salt dissolved in 0.5 decimeter cubed. So this is the moles and this is the volume. Okay, and then find the molarity. It means concentration. So number of moles equal concentration multiplied volume. So concentration equal number of moles over volume equal 0.5.
Molarity concentration ولا molar mass?
Molarity concentration.
Uh,
Molarity concentration. 0.5 over 0.5 is equal to 1. So 1 molar. M capital means molar. This is number 2. Number 3. Number 3, given 20 decimeter cubed and 3 molar, how many moles of solids? Number of moles. So number of moles is equal, number of moles equal concentration multiplied volume. So number of moles is 20 multiplied by 3 is equal to 60 moles. Number 4, how many moles? Number of moles. How many moles of NaOH are found in 200 centimeter cubed and 1.5 molar solution? number of moles is equal concentration multiply volume decimeter cubed. So it's equal concentration is 1.5 multiply 200 over 1000. Why over 1000? To be decimeter cubed. Equal كم? 1.5 multiply 200 over 1000. تطلع بكم؟ 0.3 moles. Okay.